Hi, Jenny.
What's up, Mish? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm definitely like sliding into the week. I can't believe it's already Wednesday.
I know I feel like September's even flying by so fast.
I know, yeah. Mitch and I are going to New Orleans this weekend, so I'm working quote unquote a short week. And I feel like every time that happens, my hair's on fire for the entire week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
I get
Well,
that too. It's like up until you leave and are ready to go. It's like
I
frantic,
know.
right?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what I
also
am.
super jealous of you because you're actually experiencing fall and it's still in the 90s here. So
Yes. That's actually, well, that is my rose. It's finally officially fall in New York and I love it.
okay, so what's your thorn since we're rolling in, y'all?
We'll save my thorn for later.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I know. I'm so excited. I know. I wish you guys were feeling like a little bit cooler in Austin. When does it get? Like,
I don't know.
does it ever get in the 70s?
Yeah, I mean, like theoretically, like we have a really nice fall, and it's usually around Halloween that we start
Okay.
to get. But I'm like burning all the pumpkin candles around my house and like drinking all the like pumpkin stuff, and I'm like, oh, you just feel kind of like a phony because it's so hot outside. I just got back from a networking meeting, like literally like 20 minutes ago. And like I had a lovely meeting. I was talking to a female founder who's actually going to be a guest on our pod coming forward.
Yeah.
But I was just like, whoo, like the whole time, like it was so hot. Like, and then you're like overheated for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I feel you. It's worse. And I sweat. Like, it's bad. Like, I
Same.
can't go out. It's
Yeah,
the
same.
worst thing.
I'm like going to a concert with Mitchell tonight. We're going to go see Cannons. So super excited.
That's so
And I was
fun.
like, I'm just going to sweat even more. So I'm just going to keep on going about my sweaty day.
Right. I remember when I went to one of the concerts I went to this summer. I forgot which one, but when I went with my aunt and I was like doing my makeup and she's like, why are you even bothering to do your makeup? You're going to sweat it off anyway. And she was right. The minute
I
we
mean,
got there, I just started sweating and my whole face was like a mess. But
that's a fact. Well, it's all in good fun.
yes, fun.
But yeah, before we get into the wine, you guys, which I'm really excited about this wine, it's delicious. Misha and I are mixing it up a little bit today, and we're actually going to do September Faves, like product bag, grab bag, whatever, what have you. Obviously, we typically talk about more targeted financial issues and how to be an entrepreneur, et cetera, et cetera. But what gal doesn't need a good recommendation now and again? So we're going to keep it short and snappy and talk to you guys about some of the products that we're loving right now, the things that we're loving, and the things that are giving us like little dopamine rushes and bringing us joy. Because I mean, we talk all the time about how happiness is like a long-term endeavor and joy can be sparked in the moment. So whatever you can do to just give yourself that little dopamine rush every day, you got to do it. Plus we love quality products.
Yes, we do. We don't want to gatekeep these. We're here to share them.
No keeping, you guys.
Yes. Well, I forgot to say Happy Wine Wednesday. Actually, was able to find the wine this week, and it is delicious.
You guys, I'm so happy that Michelle found the wine this week because obviously being in New York and being in NYC and Austin, like it's just difficult. So we tried the whole producer route, and then it's just like, you know what? I'm literally going to send out the list like, 12 weeks in advance, and we're just going to go down that route. So the one that we're drinking today, like, sorry, Michelle, it's a summer wine again, because alas, summer is still here. But it's Domaine du Pouy. And this is a really interesting blend. It's mostly Ugni Blanc, which is it's synonymous with Trebbiano, if you're familiar with that varietal in Italy. Super zippy, super light, high acid, great. And 40% Colombard. So this is something that is probably not a varietal that you're used to having, but this bottle is $9, you guys, and it drinks so far above its pay grade. It's done in stainless. It's super aromatic, light bodied. It's not sweet at all. It's super dry. Reminds me of like a cross between like a Jacquard and a Sauvignon Blanc with a lot more personality. And the vinification methodology, they use cold fermentation, which is a fermentation style that preserves a lot of the freshness and the brightness and the acid in a wine that's going to make it really fun and really summery. This one has a lot of flavorful fruit that not only present on the nose, but on the palate as well. So I love this one. Like,
It's so good.
you can't beat the price, you guys.
No, you can't.
$29. Like, what the
You
heck?
can't. Actually, when I went to go pick it up, the owner of the store was like, "That's an amazing wine you picked. Like, how did you come about it?" And I mentioned Jenny's name. And every time I go to find the wine too, I go to like our local wine shop across the street, and they almost like rarely have it. And so I give them like a little like description of it, and then they end up ordering it. It's funny because
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like the best nod ever when you go into a wine shop and the people that work there are like, yeah, that's a good one. You picked a good one. How'd you find out about that?
Yeah, so funny, but it is amusing. Yeah.
I hope you guys were able to secure a bottle, and if not, definitely save this one for if you want to go to an outing and bring something elegant that's going to drink well above its pay grade. This one's excellent. Okay, so I know that we already know your rose, Mish. What is your thorn for the week?
But, well, I'll go ahead and say it again, but I'm just so excited. But it's officially fall in New York, and it is my favorite time of the year. And just like it gives me so much joy. Just either like walking outside and seeing, not like the leaves aren't really changing colors yet, but I know they will be in like a few weeks. But just going outside and like going for a walk, just like gives me so many endorphins. I just love it.
Oh my God, I'm jealous.
Yeah, going apple picking this weekend with yeah, it's kind of, so my dad and I have been going probably, well, I mean, I've been going since I was like a little baby, but we've been like really making it a tradition like for the last 10 years. We go to the same farm, and they have apples and pumpkins, and then we get like apple cider donuts. Have you ever had an apple cider donut?
Okay, what? Can you send it to me?
Yes, you have to. It is so good. Yeah, you have, it's like, and they like fry it like right in front of you and just put like this fresh like cinnamon sugar on it. And I could eat 3 or 4 of them. It's so, they're so good. But yes.
Okay, so everyone who's listening and tuning in, if you guys know of a place where I can get an apple cinnamon donut in Austin, holla at your girl, because I would like, inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, send her the places. Or I don't know if I could ship donuts, but if not, I'll save them for you when you come in December to have. I'll freeze them.
Freeze them, and then we'll just redo it, or steal the recipe. We'll figure it out.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. So that's my rose. And then my thorn is that I actually missed 2 of my workout classes this week. They were super early in the morning, and I couldn't get up. So it was bad.
You know,
I just hate doing that because I just feel guilty for the rest of the day. I was able to go on a walk though for one of the days, but the other day, like I just didn't do any activity. It always kind of puts me in a slump.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, well. What about you?
Misha's so regimented. So she's like works out all the time, and I'm like in her dust, like, my workout today is dancing at the concert. So here we go. Okay, so my rose last week. So last week was tax season. 9/15 was on Friday. So that's always my worst deadline in my industry. I definitely was having to do a lot of coping mechanisms for burnout and stress and all the things last week. And I wasn't sleeping well, and it just, sucked. And on Friday, some of our really good friends told us like, hey, like kind of random, but we found this like cover band called Y'all Out Boy that basically does covers of all the songs, like the emo songs that we listened to. And I'm like firmly millennial. So like definitely listened to all these songs like Blink-182 and like Fall Out Boy and Taking Back Sunday, like what have you. All these bands were like prominent in my youth. So I really, to be honest with you guys, I didn't want to go. I was like, I'm tired. I just want to sit on the couch in my cozies, My husband, like long story short, my husband drugged me there because he really thought it was going to be a lot of fun. And we were with our best friends. So of course it's going to be fun. And we get there, and like when I tell you, you guys, I was just like, woo, like dancing the whole time. Like it was so nostalgic for me. And I love, like, there's nothing better, in my opinion, than like a good dose of nostalgia. So I loved it. Like I was dancing, all my friends were having the best time. Like Mitch and I basically lost our voices. We were like jumping up and down and screaming and being like angsty teenagers for the night, which is just like so fun.
It looks so fun.
It was the best. I was so sweaty when I left. I was like, oh my God.
Those are always the best concerts. Sometimes Chris and I, when we're driving, we'll like put on an oldies playlist. Our favorite is Paramore at the moment. Just like blast it and just like scream.
Okay, well, you know that. Do you know who's opening for Taylor Swift when I go in Sweden?
Is it Paramore? Or the no.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Well, actually, maybe now Chris would want to go see Taylor Swift.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. She's doing the whole tour with them, so it should be fun.
Okay. I should tell Chris. Maybe he'll be more inclined to come with me.
More amicable. And then my thorn was, I already kind of hinted at it, but I just haven't been sleeping well, which is something that is, you know, pretty rampant for me this time of year, but I'm actually working on coming up with some solutions and giving myself some grace, and I'm feeling really good. It just sucks when you're in the thick of it and you can't see the forest from the trees and you're just like, man, you're just fatigued all day. So I'm excited to be on the other side of that thorn.
Survived. You're, well, one of the many, I guess, like tax seasons of the year.
It's true. That one's the worst, though. I don't care what people say. I know we're busier during 3/15, but that one's the worst because it's all the procrastinators. So,
okay. That's good. You got it out of the way. I was telling Jenny before we got on that one of my hacks when I can't sleep is I go and get my AirPods. My boyfriend hates me for this, but I go and get my AirPods and I watch Gilmore Girls. And I'm like probably repeat, like I can't even tell you how many times I've watched this series, and I just repeat it. Yeah, it's just like one of those shows. But have you ever seen like the meme? Like there's this meme and it's saying like about how you just rewatch television shows because it calms your anxiety because you know what's going to happen.
I didn't know. I haven't seen it put that way, but that makes sense. And I think also it's like it's nostalgic for us because we were young. Yeah. I watch that show every single year. I'm obsessed with it. I think like Misha and I could literally do a whole episode on it because there's a lot of like, first of all, like I feel like everybody just glazes over how impressive Lorelai is as a human. Like she was a badass female entrepreneur, self-made, didn't take a handout from anyone, like figured it out. And she constantly pivoted, provided for her family, was super involved in her community, like just a role model all around, plus her capability to have, you know, an open and honest and humble communication style with literally everyone. She's just an impressive lady, and I feel like people kind of glaze over that.
Yeah, no, they definitely do. She is very impressive.
She would definitely be on the pod. We'd be besties with her.
Yeah, we should reach out to her.
We should see, just like for kicks, and see if she'd come on.
We should reach out to all the cast and see if anybody engages with us.
Absolutely. Okay, so Mish, you've got to give us our quote because obviously you're the quote queen. So
yes, to give us the quote of the week. So this was actually a quote by Oprah Winfrey. It says, "If you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. And if you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough." And I thought this was a good one for today because, you know, it's talking about like comparison. And a lot of the times, you know, we're always comparing what we don't have to what others do have. And we always feel like we don't have enough. But if you really internalize and really be grateful for what you do have now, you know, you'll always have more out of life.
Yeah, I love that. And honestly, you guys, like, I know that people say this until they're blue in the face that, you know, comparison is a thief of joy, but like truly, like,
there it is.
You cannot put yourself on that never ending revolving door of comparing. And honestly, like, it's just, it's all it's going to do is you're going to end up in disdain. And that's not something that we want for any of you guys. And certainly something that I try to keep at the forefront of my brain at all times.
Definitely.
Okay, so I know we already kind of introduced the topic, but we wanted to talk to you guys about some of the tried and trues for Misha and I for September. We're going to do this periodically, just because I feel like we're inundated all the time with products from people, and like it's like really hard to know who we should trust. So I like personally in my circle with my girlfriends, I always like if I love something, I'm like, you guys have to try this. And so it's kind of like we all of us do that. And most of my staples in life and things that I'm obsessed with and brands that I support are as a result of that. So we just kind of wanted to pay forward for you guys on the things that we're obsessed with. And we're just going to like go back and forth. I think we each have like 7 or 8 products that we're going to go over.
We also tried to do 5, but we couldn't narrow it down.
No, it's too hard.
It's too hard.
And we're going to do on Instagram a little reel for you guys so that you can have everything in one place if you want to try any of them. And obviously none of these are like commissionable by any means. We just really like them. So we wanted to share with you guys. So I'll go first. I recently made a purchase that I've been kind of sitting on for a really long time because I'm like, there's like everybody has opinion about it. But I have a lot of hair, like a ton of hair. And it's really hard to like maim and you just essentially work with. And I'm constantly on the go. And I'm like, I just need something that's going to be easy. And my hairdresser years and years ago told me that I should buy the Dyson Airwrap. And quite frankly, it's like astronomically expensive. And I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it and everybody was like, it's really hard to use. So I was just like, and I put it on the back burner. And then here recently, I went on a girl's bachelorette party. One of my girlfriends had this, common theme here. And she was like, dude, you should like try it. It's so easy to use. And I was like, all right. So first of all, it's like a fraction of the price. I think the Dyson Airwrap is like $600 and this one's like $300. So it's like ridiculously cheaper. But basically it's like less heat on your hair, so less damaging. And you hold up the wand after your hair is dry when you use the hair dryer and your hair just like curls around it automatically for you. So I'm about efficiency and a good result. I'm obsessed with it. Definitely would recommend if you guys are in the market for using a tool that's going to be like better for your hair long term and then also just make it easier for you to curl your hair. It's the best.
Thank you. Yes, I am actually I was thinking for Christmas, I was going to buy myself one. Well, Black Friday, because, that's when I shop all my major deals.
I know. I feel like it's like one of those things where they like don't, because I tried to shop it for Memorial or whatever, Labor Day, and they just like, they leave it out because people are obsessed with it. It's so annoying. But you know what? Whatever. It's worth the money. I promise you it's worth the money.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, definitely going to add it to my cart later. You convinced me. Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. So influencer. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You have to put the link so I can like swipe up.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So my first product, we're going to throw a book in there. You know how we love reading. But my book that I'm reading this month that I am obsessed with, it's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And it's a New York Times best-selling author. And I don't want to go into too much of the plots. I want you guys to read it because it's amazing. But it's kind of about like gaming and how like these two friends kind of like reconnect. And it is kind of like a love story as well, but it is so good. Definitely worth the read. Yeah.
Okay. The funny thing is Mish told me that she was going to talk about this book and it's like, I purchased it on my Kindle already. It's like one of my next reads. So now that Mish loves it, I'm like, all right, I'll get around to reading it.
Yeah. No, you have to.
Okay. Okay. In the cart. I've already purchased it. So I'm going to read it. My next one is also a book. It is also a New York Times bestseller. It's called In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. I know like Misha and I have talked to you guys about books before. Both of us read a lot of nonfiction books for business, but I personally like to always be reading a nonfiction book at the same time that I'm reading a fiction book because it's an escape for me. And I've actually found it to be a really helpful coping mechanism for when Mr. Anxiety knocks at the door or when I'm just feeling, just a little bit off kilter. It really helps me to sit down and read and just kind of escape for a little while. And it's better for you than watching TV. So I love it. This book is definitely like on the borderline of smut. So I will put that disclaimer out there if that's not your thing. But the premise of the book is there's these two people that are in love and one of them was in the war in Afghanistan. And the other one got into politics, and they crossed paths and were doing the extraction from Afghanistan back in 2021. And it's just like, it's a page turner. I finished it in 2 days. So highly recommend if you guys just kind of want to like jump in feet first to a book about like that you're not really going to like, I wouldn't say you're going to learn anything from it, but it's highly entertaining. It's a beach read. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I'm going to purchase it. I'm the same way, but I need like one fiction and one nonfiction.
At all times.
Yeah. Yep. At all times. Okay. Good. Okay. So my next product, most of you have probably seen it like on TikTok or on social media, but it's kind of like a holy grail product for me now. That's the CoStar X Snail Mucin Moisturizer. And let me tell you, when I first purchased it, I was like, this is so weird. I like opened it. I was like, what is this? And I think I forgot, like my cousin's like, what is this? Like snail mucin, why are you putting that on your face? But let me tell you, it is one of the best moisturizers that I've ever used. And I have like already seen like a difference in my complexion. So definitely if you're and it's actually like very affordable, like probably like within like the $20 range, which isn't that bad for like a high-end moisturizer. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, I think it's $20. That's great.
Yeah.
Like skincare is so expensive. I was just looking at it. It's $20. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's in my cart now. My next one is very near and dear to my heart because it's on subscribe and save for me. I always buy this over and over again. It's an eyelash serum. I used to be a falsy girl. I'd always go get my eyelash extensions done every week or every other week. And it was just, it became too much. It's like, who has time for that, right? So I started using eyelash serum during the pandemic, like many women did. And I always try to like hack it and buy like, oh, here's this other brand. Like I found one on Amazon and it was way cheaper. And I found this brand and da-da-da. No, I've tried literally all of them, and Revitalash is the best one. Like it makes your eyelashes insane. And it is a little bit pricier, but honestly, if you're buying like the ones that are, $20, $30 cheaper and they're not working as well, then really what's the point? Like it's definitely like a little bit of an investment. I think it's right under $100. And you put it on every night and it's lasts you forever. So I think it takes me about 6 months to go through a tube.
Oh, wow.
And it works so well, guys. Your eyelashes are just literally going to pop. And it's like, I don't have to go. It's way cheaper than getting your eyelashes done. Tell you what.
Yeah. I bet. Okay. Definitely a purchase for me as well. I need to grow these.
Grow these babies. Yeah.
Grow these babies. I'm always so jealous of my boyfriend has like the most ridiculously long eyelashes. And I'm like, you don't know how lucky you are. And then he always bats his eyes at me. I'm like, okay.
Men, it's all men. Mitch does too. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to stick in the eyelash world. And the mascara that I actually recently started using, it's Lancome Idoli. I think I'm saying that right. But actually, a girl came up to me in the gym because I was putting on my mascara that I was using before. And she's like, oh my gosh. She was like, I used to use this mascara, but you have to like go buy this one right now because it's the most amazing product that I've ever used. And literally I put in my Sephora cart like right as she was telling me, and I could attest to it. It is probably the best mascara I've ever used in my life. And I hate mascaras that like leave your eyelashes clumpy. And this does not do that at all. And it's like lengthening, but also kind of like makes it pop. So Lancome Idoli.
Okay, seriously, you guys, this is what women do. This is why we wanted to do this for you guys, because it's like there's so much crap to sift through. If you can get a testimonial from somebody that's obsessed with something and have to talk about it on a podcast, like it's probably a good product. Especially since we have zero financial incentive to be chatting with you guys about this, and they're all amazing. So I actually bought the mascara because I had never heard of it, and Michelle recommended it to me, and I'm obsessed with it. It's great.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so I'm a coffee girl. I care about what I'm brewing. I used to do French press, and then when I got an espresso machine, now I do Americanos at home. For those of you who don't know about Illy coffee, like in some places, I think in LA and then certainly overseas, like they actually have whole coffee shops that are dedicated to illy.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And it used to be spendy in my mind, but a lot of the other brands have caught up in terms of how they're priced. So they're actually affordable now.
Uh-huh.
And I buy the whole beans, and I buy like 6 packs on Amazon, and I grind my beans in the morning and make an Americano. And it's just like, feels like you're going out for a coffee or like you're getting a little sip of illy. So I'm obsessed with it. And I highly recommend, you can get them anywhere, honestly, now. I highly recommend illy just in general across the board.
I love illy too.
So freaking good.
It is. So good. Okay. Next for me. So I was using a hairbrush with the, those like little beads at the end. And I was brushing my hair like in front of my cousin. She was like, she was like, you have to get rid of that brush right now. Very dramatic. I was like, what? Why? And she was like, those little beads are like ripping your hair out. I was like, oh no. She was like, when I went to get my hair cut the other day, my hairdresser said they had a switch. So she recommended this brush and I bought it. And it is making a ton of difference. So it's called the Crave hairbrush. It's like kind of like a weird shape, but it actually like fits in the palm of your hand. They have all different colors. And I can tell you that my hair hasn't been falling out as much from using it. Definitely works.
Okay, good, because my hairbrush has beads on it. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah. No, it has to be beadless.
All right. Learning something new every day, you guys. You must be using beadless hair brushes. Okay. Yes. Okay. The next one is Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Milky Leave-In Conditioner. I have many products from this line. And I recently purchased this one because I used to go get blowouts all the time, but same story. Like I just don't have time. So I was like, I got to learn how to do my hair. Let's watch some YouTube videos. So I bought like my hair, every time I would wash it, it would get really tangly and I'd be like, ugh. So I liked the way that the other products that I had from this line smelled. So I was like, oh, I'll give their leave-in conditioner a try. First of all, literally smells like you're on the beach. It's like coconutty and lovely and just like fresh and clean. I love it. And then I would just like take a shower, put it in my hair as soon as I wash it. And it's literally the softest thing ever. Like even if I have a propensity to having like dry hair and dry skin, and I use this and it literally like my hands just like go straight through my hair and it feels like butter. It's amazing. And it's not that expensive either. I think it's like under $15.
Oh, really? Wow. I didn't even know that they made hair products.
They do. And their deodorant's really good too.
Yeah. I like their deodorant. And then I also like one of their body sprays. It's the pink one. If you've ever.
Ooh, I haven't tried that one.
The name of it. That'll be in my next product dump though. There were too many to kind of trim it down to like under 10, but that'll be my next product dump. But it smells so good.
Perfect.
Yeah. Send it to you. Okay. My next one. So I had to throw a fall item in there, very basic. But I got a new Bath and Body Works candle, and it's called Cozy Sunday Night, and it is probably my most favorite fall scent that I've ever purchased because I don't normally love when a fall scent is like very sweet, like kind of like cakey. I like it to be more kind of like cinnamony, like apple. So this is like not sweet at all, and it really like just feels like you're inside for like a cozy Sunday night when you burn it.
Okay. I was going to be like, girl, because I did a candle as well, but I'm the same as you in that I just don't like sweet candles. So I live right next to Bath and Body Works, so I'm going to go buy it and try it.
Yes, you have to. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The next one, I really apologize, you guys. I feel like I'm going to mispronounce this. It's spelled S-A-I-E, so I think it's Say. But they have a gel illuminator, and there's several ways that you can use an illuminator. I use tinted moisturizer that has SPF in it, and so I'll just throw it on top, and it just makes you look like I have dry skin, so I'm constantly like I want to look dewy because I can't. And this actually works for me. Like I put it on over my foundation, and I look so like dewy and like moisturized and youthful, and it just feels so good. I love it.
Okay, I have to look into that. Oh, that's good.
I've tried some other stuff by that brand too. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a whirl. Because I liked the other stuff and did not disappoint.
Okay.
If you guys know how to say the brand, let us know. I guess I could Google it, but.
Okay. So I recently tried this new line. It's called Salt and Stone. And it's kind of like bath and like body products line. And their deodorant and hand lotion, they actually have a body wash as well, but it smells so good. It's so the scent, I actually like marked it down because it's called Santal and Vetiver. And it's like one of my most favorite smells in the world. And the deodorant actually lasts all day and will have you like smelling like this scent all day. And I just love it.
Okay, neat. I'm like Texas summers girl.
Yeah, you need it. It's so good.
So difficult here. Okay, that kind of like parlays nicely into my next one, which is Le Labo. If you guys don't know about them, their stores are so fun. Definitely go in. They do soaps for like a lot of hotels, and they do fragrance as well. It's really similar to that. It's Santal. So the perfume that I use is called Santal 30. It's definitely like an androgynous scent. Like a woman could wear it, a man could wear it, whatever. My husband steals it from me all the time. But when I tell you guys that like anywhere that I go when I'm wearing this, people stop me. And they're like, either they say, "Are you wearing Santal 33?" or they say, "You smell so good." So literally obsessed with it. Highly recommend. It is a little spendy, I will say.
But does it last?
Oh, forever. Like forever, and a little goes a long way. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that spendy because if you're buying a designer perfume, it's kind of the same thing.
Right.
And most of them are that way unless you're going to like Bath and Body Works. But highly recommend. I'm obsessed with it. Mitch steals it from me all the time. All the time.
Yeah. No, it's on my list. Actually, the first time I think I discovered Le Labo was in Austin, their store on Congress Street. And so that's been on my wish list. I just haven't got it yet. Definitely need to.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
You should come with me. We'll go back and they like custom make it for you. You can put like a little phrase on it. So I put a Talking Heads quote on it.
That's so cool. Okay. Next time in Austin, we're going to go. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So next for me, if anybody is in the market for a good hat, this is funny. My Chris and I actually just got like a matching aloe yoga hats, and they're so good. Yeah. But I got black, and we bought a black and white one, and like, so I was like, I really like the black. I'm gonna take the black, and he's like, well, actually, like, I want the black now, and I was like, all right. But if you're in the market for a good hat, go get like an aloe yoga hat. I think it's just like the basic one. It's not like one of the truckers, but it like just makes you look so like cool and stylish. I actually got like stopped on the street and they're like, "I love your hat." I was like, "Oh, thank you so much."
You're like, "Thanks, just got it." Exactly. Ariana Grande style.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because I always am in the market for a good hat. So there you go.
Same. You got to wear them all the time. Got to protect the face, guys. Sunscreen all day and protect the face. I just realized that I also referenced, I was going to totally forget about this, but I referenced earlier that I also had a candle. So my candle, and it kind of like goes hand in hand with Michelle because hers is a fall scent and mine is like a year-round scent. But it's the Volcano candles. They're everywhere, but I think they started at Anthropology, and they're just, if you want your house to smell like a store, that's your go-to. And they make great gifts and they're beautiful.
They are. No, I love them.
So good. Okay, guys, that's our product dump. We're going to do these periodically. We hope you guys have found some value from some of the things that we've talked about. We definitely love these things. We wouldn't talk about them if we didn't. And we just wanted to break up a little bit of the work and play a little bit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys have favorite products that we're totally missing the boat on, we want to know about it. Like, this is a community of women where we're all just trying to make each other better. So literally, this is the best way to advertise things, is just chatting with your girlfriends.
It is, yes. And yeah, like Jenny said, just go comment on LinkedIn, Facebook. We do have a new Instagram that we just launched. this past week, and we'll talk about it more in next week's episode, but go ahead and go give us a follow on there, and we'll be posting these, like Jenny said, as well. And yeah, next week's topic is we're going to reintroduce ourselves a little bit just for like our new followers on here, and then also just talk about our new like launch of Empowered Women Live, what it's all about, and also all of our new social media channels.
Yeah, and we have some really exciting guests that are going to be coming on in the next several weeks that are accomplished, badass female entrepreneurs. They're going to come on. They're going to tell their stories. And I'm so impressed by them. And I just want to share their stories with the world and with you guys. So our handle for Instagram is Empowered Women Live. Give us a follow, and you will stay up to date on all the things if you follow us there.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I hope everyone enjoys their Wine Wednesday. I have to go refill my glass.
Same. I'm empty, sad. Gilmore Girls reference.
Right. Well, I hope everyone has a good week. Bye, Jenny.
Bye, guys.